Home. Home is where you wear your hat. I feel so break up. I want to go home.
Buckaroo Banzai just arrived on my doorstep from my agent, and I read this and said, I want nothing to do with this. I don't understand this at all. This is insane. And these guys begged to meet with me. You just knew this was going to be, I want to work with these people. And they have something really special in mind.
We must work while the clock, she's a ticking. We hide, they seek. Step to the black of the clock. Where are we going? When? Real soon.
My accent, which of course, with a mouthful of teeth, fake teeth, I had to really bellow out all my diction with my crazy Italian accent, but I wanted it at least to be an authentic Italian accent. There was this wonderful wardrobe tailor down at MGM Studios, he had tailored my costumes a couple of times before this, I think 2010 or some other movies. And he had this incredible Italian accent, just this perfect accent.
Tomorrow, I'm going home with my overthruster.
That's terrific, Doc. I'll make sure you get an early wake-up call.
Laugh a while you can, monkey boy.
And I worked from that and, sort of puffed it up into this big, laugh a while you can, a monkey boy. This crazy accent.
Is the girl dead?
Yes.
Then sound the call to board the ship.
When the film was all done and they were in post-production, I asked them, can you give Roberto a little acknowledgement at the end? And if you see the end credits for Buckaroo Banzai, Mr. Lithgow's dialect coach, Roberto Terminelli, he was a tailor. And I kept getting calls years later from, who was that Terminelli fellow who did your dialect work? I don't know why we settled on red hair. My idea was it was constantly flying like a fright wig because he literally injects himself with electricity by throwing a switch on his arm as if he's shooting up and buzzing himself on his tongue with little electric clamps.
Dr. Emilio Lizardo put together from spare parts in a laboratory at Princeton. 1938. Can you imagine what it must have been like then?
I took liberties. We came up with this screwed up metabolism idea so that I was just hugely bulky and also saw myself as somewhat of an insectivorous, I sort of crept around just the way I walked. I don't know, just making these little alien decisions. He was this curious mixture of alien fascist dictator and exuberant Italian physicist. A good and a bad man caught in the same body.
We must work faster to finish the great vehicle itself, so we can enter the 8th dimension and free our trapped comrades, so we can return home and seize power once again.
We had this crazy notion that the inner biological thermostat of my body was off, so that I was constantly cold. So I wore 2 of everything, 2 coats, 2 scarves, 2 overcoats. I didn't even think that we would be shooting in East Los Angeles in the month of August. So I was dripping with sweat. If we'd had social media back then, it would have turned it into something wild and wonderful. It was that anyway, but not many people went to see it in theaters. I think of everything I've done, that's the thing I most enjoy watching because it's just so out there.